Okay, I have some dumb stuff to talk about. So, as I understand, it is known that Pedro Pascal likes to touch people. And Americans are like, he needs to keep his hands to himself. He's too touchy. He's too touchy. Yeah, that's called human warmth. Latin people tend to be like that because we cultivate community and we want other people to feel a certain way, and that's not to say that I don't think he's doing anything wrong, actually. I think it's just that he's Latino and you might just not have the idea of culture, um, because the US is very touch deprived. In other places, people give people a kiss on the cheek, even the second that they meet them. This also happens in Europe, so I have no idea why all of a sudden it's a problem with Pedro Pascal. But as a Latin person, I know he's Chileno. I'm Colombian. I know that, a lot of the time you'll meet somebody for the first time and sometimes they'll literally go and hug you. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's just rolling with the punches, right? I don't want to be nasty about people who might have issues with being touched, but I don't really see that happening as often in cultures where, it's okay to be human and it's okay to be a caring and compassionate person, like a community person, Uh, and it's okay to just go in for a cheek kiss or go in to you know, it's not like he's grabbing at people, I don't understand the problem here. And I think it's just a matter of a difference of culture, that this person is like that. They're a very warm person because Latinos and the way that we function around other people tend to be like that. That doesn't, I don't want to make it sound like I'm judging people who have an issue with that, but I also think that to be a human and to be in community with people, to be warm with each other, to be welcoming, that kind of thing has to go out the window. That kind of "Ooh, don't touch me" thing has to go out the window. And I say that as somebody who, even when I travel, sometimes I get a little bit they're in my space bubble. In the US, we have a space bubble, at least somewhat of a space bubble. And I think it also in other Western cultures, like in England or Australia, and even maybe some other other European cultures, that they also are like that too. But I'm sorry. I think it's literally just that he's a Latino and that he's warm and that it's a cultural thing to just reach out to somebody and be okay with hugging them and be okay with oh, hi, how are you? It's what people like about us. You guys are just touch deprived at a certain point, and I say that growing up in the United States. Anytime I travel, it's, so just something to think about, because I feel like people might try and paint that a different way. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. Do you guys really care that much if somebody hugs you? Because look at who you allow to be in power. I don't think you care about the hugging. He's Latino. We tend to be warm. We tend to be welcoming to people. And I don't think he can really say much when you give power. So, just some thoughts.